Hello friends, myself Dr. Vinita, MPT Ortho. Today our topic is on the electrotherapy. One modality I selected because some student messaged me that they want to learn how to calculate the ultrasound doses, like in different condition, for the different tissue, for the different injury, or for the different pathologies. There is a different way of using the ultrasound. Okay, and maybe everybody know this. So today we brush up our knowledge how to calculate the ultrasound doses for different conditions. Very easy way to learn. First we learn about ultrasound. One of the advantage of ultrasound therapy remains the reasonably broad range of trials from which effective treatment doses can be established. In principle, there is no need for the often used like recipe book or any recipe to learn the ultrasound doses. Okay, but we may we learn some good ideas, or after study different electrotherapy book or different researches, we found that there must be a calculated dose for ultrasound, and it will help so much to the patient, or it will give you instant results. Okay, the doses calculation offer one method by which the most likely clinically effective dose can be established. There is no guarantee, okay, the resulting dose will work, but it does offer a mechanism by which the dose which is most likely to work can be estimated. We are not 100% saying that this will affect effective, but it may be, or 95% very good results. Okay, then we proceed to our chapter. Here is one diagrammatical representation that we calculate our doses. We calculate our doses by the according to the depth of the lesion to be treated, like superficial or deep. According to that, we use the ultrasound head of 3 megahertz or 1 megahertz, and pulse ratio, which is divided into acute, subacute, and chronic. Acute phase, the pulse ratio is 1:4, and the subacute phase, there is pulse ratio is 1:2 to 1, and the chronic, the pulse ratio is 1:1, and then intensity acute, subacute, chronic. Okay, after seeing this, you can easily use this table in your exam. You just mug up and write down everything, but I am 100% sure that most of the students not understand this table. For understanding this table, we have to proceed our lesson or today's video. This is simple ultrasound machine. Taking into account that the most frequently available treatment frequency are 1 and 3 megahertz, the option between them relate primarily to the effective treatment depth that is required. 3 megahertz ultrasound absorb more rapidly in the tissue and therefore is considered to be most appropriate for superficial lesions. Whereas the 1 megahertz energy is absorbed less rapidly with progression, though the tissue, and can therefore be more effective at greater depth. Okay, first difference. between 1 megahertz and 3 megahertz. 3 megahertz you use superficially, and the 1 megahertz is effective at the greater depth. One point is very clear. Second, the boundaries between superficial and deep lesion is in some ways arbitrary, but somewhere around the 2 centimeter depth is often taken as a useful boundary. Hence, if the largest tissue or the target tissue is within 2 centimeter or just under an inch of the skin surface, then 3 megahertz treatment will be most effective. Wireless treatments to deeper tissue, that is more than 2 centimeter or 2 centimeter plus, will be more effective achieved with the 1 megahertz ultrasound. Okay, clear? Then we use ultrasound ratio. The pulse ratio determines the concentration of the energy on a time basis. The pulse ratio determines the proportion of the time that the machine is on compared with the off time. Okay, a pulse ratio of 1:1. What you understand by the 1:1 is that your machine is on at 1 and your machine is off at 1 minute. Okay, off and on ratio. Your machine delivering the treatment at one time and it off in one time, that is 50%. Okay, the machine deliver 1 unit of ultrasound followed by an equal duration during which no energy is delivered. The machine duty cycle therefore 50%. A machine pulsed at a ratio of 1:4, then what happened? The ratio should be 20%. Duty cycle of the machine is 20% because 1 unit machine delivered to your patient, but 4 unit you give rest. Mode of pulse ratio duty cycle in continuous there is 100%, and pulse ratio 1:1 it is 50%. In 1:2 33%, 1:3 it is 25%, and in 1:4 there is 20%, and 1:9 it is 10%. The selection of the most appropriate pulse ratio essentially depends on the state of the tissue. The more acute the tissue state, the more energy sensitive it is and appear to respond more favorably to energy delivered with a large pulse ratio, lower duty cycle. Okay, like 1:4, 1:3, lower duty cycle. As the tissue moves away from its acute state, it appears to respond preferentially to a more concentrated energy delivery, thus reducing the pulse ratio, increase the duty cycle. Okay, you understand this point? If your energy deliver larger pulse ratio, it means you have to lower duty cycle to give to the patient, or you need the reducing the pulse ratio, increase the duty cycle. Most acute, most chronic. Okay, in most acute phase, what you see in this is simple arrow. Here is most acute phase. Okay, and there is most chronic. In this most acute phase, the pulse is 1:4, means you need only 20% of the duty cycle. And in this, if here there is 1:3, 25%, gradually this increase 1:2, then 1:1, 50%, and here you give the 100%. Okay, in the most chronic cases. In this we learn that if you have patient, not always that patient is come after 2-3 years, and most of researches show that may not be that case is chronic, like patient coming and saying that this pain is 2-3 year old, Okay, that is not like hard and fast rule that is chronic pain. Okay, always that's not possible. Maybe that is acute pain, so you have to assess the patient, that is what chronic pain or acute pain, and according to that you use the ultrasound. In next, note that it is the state of the tissue that determines the most appropriate pulse ratio rather than simply the duration. Since the onset of the lesion, in similar way to the clinical decision making process in manual or other therapy, tissue reactivity is the key. If the tissue in question behave in an acute manner on assessment, then the lesion is effectively treated with an acute dose. It is behave as a chronic, less responsive tissue, then treat with a chronic dose. Some patient will present several weeks after an injury or lesion or onset, yet the problem exhibits acute behavior and should treat it accordingly. Similarly, some lesions appear to move into chronic behavior mode, and these are best managed with a dose of estimated for chronic lesion. The key here is to treat what you find at assessment rather than what the timescape says should be there. Okay, next, ultrasound treatment intensity. In a similar way to the pulse ratio decision, the intensity of the ultrasound required at the target tissue will vary with the tissue state. The more acute the lesion, the less strong the ultrasound need to be. More acute, less strong the ultrasound need to be. In order to maintain the tissue excitement, the more chronic the tissue state, the less sensitive, and hence the greater the intensity required at the lesion in order to instigate a physiological response. In this, the tissue state, acute, subacute or chronic, the intensity required at the lesion is in acute phase, the intensity required is 0.1 to 0.3. In subacute phase, the intensity required is 0.2 to 0.5. And in chronic state, intensity required is 0.5 to 1. Here we see that diagrammatically that this is also increasing, like in most acute cases 0.2 m/meter square, and in chronic cases what you see is 0.7 to 1 WCM square. Okay, the rate at which ultrasound is absorbed in the tissue can approximately determined by the half value depth. This is the tissue depth at which 50% of the ultrasound delivered at the surface has been observed. The figures used for this estimate are average value, in that its absolute value will vary with thickness of the various tissue like skin, fat, muscles, all they are differ the value. Okay, the average 1 by half, okay, 1 by 2 value depth of 3 megahertz ultrasound is taken at 2.5 centimeter, and that of 1 megahertz ultrasound as 4 centimeter. Though there are numerous debates that continue with regard the most appropriate half value depth for different frequency. According to this, the intensity required at the skin surface in order to achieve a particular intensity at depth, we learned that, and it is suggested that intensity required at depth is established first, then the most appropriate frequency selected, and these two factors are used to determine the surface intensity required, depth of the tissue and the most appropriate frequency. If the intended treatment depth is less than 0.5 centimeter, it is not considered necessary to use the modality. In table, this the intensity required at the lesion, okay, depth of the lesion, and divided into the two part, 1 megahertz ultrasound and 3 megahertz ultrasound. Okay, the intensity required WC meter square. Okay, this table show that according to this table, the acute phase is given by 3 megahertz, or in the chronic phase we use the 1 megahertz. Size of the lesion, it's very important. The greater the size of the lesion, longer the duration of the ultrasound that will be required in order to achieve a particular effect. The most common method to take account of this factor is to achieve a particular estimate the number of times which the ultrasound treatment had to be utilized can be placed over the target tissue. Like if you just see that on the knee surface, point of injury, your head, the ultrasound head, compare the ultrasound head placement is one time the target tissue, then we according to that we count the time. Okay, given that the intention is to apply 1 minute worth of ultrasound energy per treatment head area covered, there is a direct relationship between treatment area and treatment time. For example, if the last treatment head is used to treat the anterior capsule of the shoulder, it can be estimated that it will fit twice over the target. Similarly, if the small treatment head is applied over the lateral ligament of the elbow, it may only fit once. There is no need to measure the treatment head. It is matter to estimate the number of times the head fits into that target tissue rather than a millimeter by millimeter measurements. Working on the principle of 1 minute worth of ultrasound per treatment head area, the total time taken to treat the lesion will be 1 minute into number of times treatment head fit to that area into the pulse ratio. Like here we see that 1 minute into the treatment head, like if you are giving to the shoulder joint, I give the example, or you give to the femoral head, okay, or if you give the knee area, if treatment head number of time the treatment head fit over area is 2 into the pulse ratio. Like in acute phase, what the pulse ratio you give to the patient? In acute phase, the pulse ratio is 1:2, then it is 3. Okay, 3 into 2. Here you count that this is 2, 3, 6 minutes of treatment. Okay, next, ultrasound treatment of chronic lesion of the anterior capsule of shoulder. I already explained this, and here you have example that how to calculate the doses. The treatment time 1 minute, okay, and the number of head treatment at the shoulder joint is 2, and the ratio 1:1 because the chronic phase, okay, lesion which is in chronic phase, so you give the 50%, okay, so 1:1. Here is 2 2s are 4, and here is the 4 minute treatment time. Okay, next one more example, like in ultrasound treatment of a subacute lesion of lateral ligament complex of the elbow and superior radioulnar joint. Here what you see that, assume that an examination, the primary focus of the lesion is determined to lateral ligament of the elbow joint itself together with the lateral portion of the annular ligament of the superior radioulnar joint. The lesion is superficial, so you give 3 megahertz and frequency would most appropriate. The lesion is subacute, not most acute, not chronic, subacute. So here we use the intensity 1.2, 1 into 1.2, okay, and the sufficient to, there is no need to increase the surface dose to allow the loss of ultrasound at depth. The lesion is subacute, therefore a pulse ratio is 1:2, and the small treatment head, due to the nature of the surface, it is estimated that the target tissue is approximately twice the size of the treatment head. Twice. Here you see 1 into 3 into 2, it is 6 minutes. Understand? If treatment head is small, then it 2 times the area covered by the treatment head, and if area is small, 1 time, then here you 1 minute 1 time, and the ratio I already described, that acute, most acute or chronic. According to that you give the treatment. And how do you check the ultrasound machine, that is working or not working? पेशेंट आया और आपने शुरू कर दिया कि चलो ट्रीटमेंट शुरू हो रहा है, और आपको पता ही नहीं है कि मशीन वर्क कर रही है या नहीं, बिकॉज यू डोंट नो हाउ टू चेक द अल्ट्रासाउंड मशीन. और सम स्टूडेंट्स लाइक ड्यूटी लग गया बीपीटी वालों का, तो चलो भाई अल्ट्रासाउंड कर रहे हैं, इतना इतना आप जेल लगाते हो. कपलेंट मीडियम इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके, कपलेंट मीडियम वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सेकेंड थिंग, योर अल्ट्रासाउंड इज़ वर्किंग और नॉट वर्किंग. समटाइम पेशेंट सेइंग दैट मुझे कुछ फील ही नहीं हो रहा. आप लोग बोलते हो कि नहीं फील, आपको फील नहीं होगा कुछ भी, वो वर्क कर रहा है, लेकिन आप फिर यू हैव टू चेक योर मशीन. And how to check your ultrasound machine, in next video I will give you, or you just on your machine and put some water on the ultrasound head, थोड़ा सा पानी डालिए, and then slightly increase the intensity, okay, and you see the bubbles. If there is bubble formation, then your ultrasound is working. If there is no any bubble formation, the ultrasound machine is not working. Something wrong with the ultrasound machine, and you have to check. So one question is there. The question is, wait, here I write, ultrasound treatment, US treatment of a chronic lesion of the anterior capsule of shoulder or glenohumeral joint. Please answer me in the comment section. I hope your doubt is clear. If any doubt, please comment me in the comment section, and please like, share and subscribe, so that your fellow students or your friends also learn this technique. And thank you so much, Annie, Subodh and Pramod and Sarita and Dr. Shikha and Dr. Sneha, all asking about the ultrasound doses. Please comment me below if you have any queries. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.